back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel, our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom through crypto assets. If you like the mission, you resonate with the vision, and you find this content useful, please subscribe and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty. So titled this something like Drip Will Moon Win or something like that because I started seeing a lot of these other YouTubers promote this, Forex Sharks, something big is coming. I said the same thing and about Moon, blah, blah, blah. But now I actually want to look at it from a more realistic perspective. So I want to give you some insight to how I'm viewing this and the true reality of when I think Drip will moon. But before we get into that, let's look at where Drip is kind of hovering around and what the bottom floor price of Drip is, and some really cool analytics that Easy Step Investing has done. But for the past almost month now, we've seen Drip bounce around from 30 to 35, almost a month. So we will see how long Drip will hold this, and this information comes into Drip Will Moon Win because it will all depend on how long this can hold and what the actual bottom price is. So Kevin from Easy Step Investing, along with some other people in the Reservoir Telegram group, they're doing this daily sit rep where they actually show the stats and what the drops token looks like and how much BNB is in there. Every day they're pulling this data, so this is really, really cool. So what this shows us based on the data they're pulling, the reservoir floor for Drip is $23.22. So the backing price, if you will, the hardened price of Drip is $23. So technically what we're seeing here is that the community, whales, other people are keeping Drip about $8 above the backing price. So the community emotional sentiment does not want to see a below $30 Drip. And that could be for a number of reasons. Maybe because way back here when the first pump started, this was the price floor. Maybe because it was 10x from the low. I have no idea. But the question is, how long can this sustain this level before it breaks to the downside? And what will it take for it to break to the upside? So the truth about Drip Will Moon Win. Well, Drip Will Moon win you have two options. When Forex directs his attention to Drip and gets off of all the other issues that are currently holding Drip back, or when the community decides it wants it to moon. So remember, this is a community project, and I mentioned in another video that I had that we as a community could actually start getting together and shilling Drip, getting other YouTubers to cover Drip, go on their channels and their feeds and comment about personal experiences with Drip and how it's changed lives. That in and of itself is enough because, like I mentioned before, that's what caused this little pump here. I'm sorry, not that pump. It's this little one here with my friend Andy. So the more other YouTubers that we get into this, the more Drip can grow. Now, the reason it's hovering around here is because it's pretty much stagnant within the ecosystem, meaning we have our 100,000 Drip users and a few are coming in every now and again, but it's not a massive amount of new people coming in. I'm gonna bet that the bulk of the wallets and stuff that are getting created is just actually recycled, meaning it's old people that are creating new wallets. I thought this showed the Drip accounts, but I guess because I'm not connected, it doesn't. But anyway, so Drip will moon when Forex gets his attention back on it, or the community decides it wants to rally together to support it. And right now, the sentiment from the community is not bullish at all. It's actually quite bearish. You have the OGs that are still hanging on, and they don't really seem to care about the sentiment from Forex and what he's doing because they're looking at it from the long term, and rightfully so because they got in back here and they've seen nothing but positive momentum. So I get it, but all these people are definitely not happy, and that's when the bulk of the drippers that are in now have gotten in.
And I've seen it in the Telegram. I see it on other YouTubers, like I mentioned before. I've seen other YouTubers comment that they will not be supporting the piggy bank in the animal farm. So it's just leaving a dry taste in people's mouths. But I'm gonna remain hopeful on it and try to put out content that can help you guys, remain positive and positive sentiment with drip in general. But the big question I have is how long can this floor maintain itself before eventually the whales run out of steam or these claims start outpacing the buys. So right now it's enough to keep the ship floating, so to speak, above water $30 mark. But I don't know how long that can continue. And the reason I bring that up is because the next bullish thing I see on the forefront for drip is the lottery. Yes, the ecosystem and team building can help, but I honestly don't see that as a really, really bullish catalyst for drip because you're just promoting to existing people. And those people, like say for the team event, those people that are already in drip have already been trying to get more people on their team for the last months, So that doesn't really add a lot of new wallets or new users. It may add wallets. So let's say you have a team and they're like, hey, I want everybody to create a third or second wallet. And then boom, now you have, a 1,000 member team with 3,000 wallets. So that helps, but that's the same amount of users. And essentially they're just recycling capital. So the only way I see this being bullish with Forex doing something and when that will take place is the lottery. And he already said that that's a month or two after the animal farm unpauses. So the complete animal farm is scheduled somewhere around here, end of May. So that means we won't see the lottery until June, July. So minimum June, last week of June, the 27th through the 30th, all the way out until 25, 29. And based on his history and Forex's dates, take that with a grain of salt. So he said 1 to 2 months, but I wouldn't hold him to it because chances are something will come up and the lottery won't launch as planned. So that means that drip has to hold its own ground, at least for a minimum of another month before the animal farm comes on pause, because one of the major farms in the animal farm is the dogs BUSD and drip BUSD. So this one helps as soon as the piggy bank is launched, but that's still another 2 weeks out. Then this helps with the dogs and the entire ecosystem, but that's about a month out. So drip has to, in my opinion, hold its own ground for at least another 4 weeks to 12 weeks. I know that's a broad spectrum, but that just means that if best case scenario, 4 weeks, we see some positive price action. Worst case scenario, 12 weeks, and drip will hover around this $30 mark. But if it has to go out for 12 weeks and stay here, I would assume that this won't hold because the sell pressure of people claiming out of their wallets back here. Maybe all the whales keep the same sentiment and they'll decide to, instead of selling off, they'll decide to put that capital into other drip wallets. But if I were a whale at that stage and I had profits because I got in at $3 and it's still 10x my price plus maxed out, yeah, I'd take that cash because who knows how long this will take. So to answer the question, when will drip moon? I'll recap. One, when Forex directs its attention back onto it and it's actually bullish sentiment for drip. So not just the partnership announcements or loot NFT, none of that matters. It has to actually be new users adopting drip. That's what's really bullish. And him just doing AMAs with existing drippers won't help the price. Crypto Mischief, Bartertown Conglomerate, none of these people, it's not gonna help because they've already shared this information with their community and they already shill other projects. And we know market sentiment, people wanna buy this. They don't wanna buy this. So if drip continues bouncing around and Forex does all these AMAs, it's not gonna do anything for the price. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just the reality. AMAs are not bullish for drip. New use cases and people adopting drip that are not currently in it is bullish for drip. Then they see this and other people FOMO. That's what created this. So the harsh reality is it's not going to moon until that happens. And like I said, the biggest project that I see that adds utility to drip is the drip scratch offs and him selling that platform to other devs or leasing it or whatever you want to call it. Other devs that are like, oh, yo, this is a great platform. I'm going to use it to launch my NFT project, to launch my metaverse project, whatever. Because it doesn't matter what their community is, what they do with it. They sell 100 scratch offs, they sell 10 scratch offs, they sell 1,000. That is money coming back directly into drip. And we don't know if it'll be going to buy back, like you mentioned, or it could go to support the reservoir, like who knows. But that is free capital. So that's the same as new users. So that catalyst is what's necessary to see drip take off. And or, like I said, the community, which is going to be very hard, gets together and all the influencers decide to tell their team, their audience, to, hey, let's band together systematically and attack these other YouTubers in the crypto space and get them to take a look at drip, shill drip, you know, all this other stuff. So that one, to me, is going to be hard. The community is already fragmented as is. There's already a lot of FUD, but that would work. That wouldn't require anything from Forex, and that would take drip to new heights because it would have new adoption from external users. But that takes an army, or at least a few willing leaders to put that army together. So those are two honest answers. It may not be what you're looking for, but that's what it takes. So anybody else, you know, telling you drip will moon, the reality is it's at like 4 to 12 weeks out, probably even longer. So don't get your hopes up. Just dollar cost average in and look at this as a year out for your investment. Then you can look back and see what happens. But I definitely don't see drip even going above 50 in the next 4 to 6 weeks, just to be honest. Which is great for me because I'm gonna continue hydrating and DCAing 1 or 2 drip a week as long as this takes. And then my time frame is here, mid-July, and that's when I'll be taking profits. And I already did the math, so even at a $20 drip, I will be just fine. So that's my goal. Everybody else needs to make a plan as well for themselves. So this is still a great buying opportunity, and $10 from the theoretical floor that Easy Step and his team have created in the Telegram, the Reservoir Telegram group. Highly recommend you check this out. They have some great content in here about how they have come up with this price, and they do a lot of hard work behind the scenes to get this information out. And I believe it to be legitimate based on the price of Reservoir and the research that he's done and whatnot. So that tells us that the backing price is about, like I said, $22, $23. So that's great. So at worst, we'll see an $8 drop, and that's going to be a great buying opportunity. But so far, we haven't seen that at all. So that's still great. That means the community is supporting this $30 price floor. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Until next time, lift daily and achieve your